Hi there, my name is Carolyn Carpin and I'm the librarian that works with the economics department. I was invited to your class to show you how to use the resources that will help with your assignments for this course. The first thing I want to point out on the library homepage is the URL. It is library.ualberta.ca. And then you'll notice we've got this yellow bar pretty close to the top of the page. This is where we're keeping information updated so that you can find out what's happening with the library, if there's any closures, if there's any changes to hours, that sort of thing. So just look there if you need to know anything about what's happening with the libraries. Now you can see in the middle of the page, we have a big search engine here. This is a good starting place for just about any topic, and it will allow you to search for books, articles, videos, and more kinds of library items. We're not going to focus on this search engine today. I have sent your professor another video that you can view that just focuses on that search engine. Today, we're going to look at resources that will help with your assignment. And so I'm going to go up here to subject guides. If I click on that, you'll see that we have a number of guides that are organized by subject area, by library, and then down the right-hand side by sort of more by format. We're going to go to the arts guides. I have an economics page in here that's meant to help you. So we're going to open that up. And you can see what I have listed here are a few good starting places for economic literature. So for your assignment, you need to find sort of sources that are more focused on data. So I'm going to point out the fact that we have this ECON database. This includes the research literature in all areas of economics. And what that means is this finds journal or scholarly peer-reviewed research articles on various topics. So you may need to use this for some of your other economics courses. Right now, we don't necessarily need it for our assignment in this course. We also have something called REPEC, which is Research Papers in Economics, and it will show you working papers, journal articles, books, book chapters, and lots of different kinds of materials there. For your assignment, we're going to find things more useful in the World Bank e-library, the IMF e-library, and the OECD i-library. So let's go in to the World Bank e-library. And it's going to ask you to log in the first time you go in. So you just use your CCID. And now you can see I've got access to the World Bank e-library homepage. And you can see it's highlighting a few different resources right on the homepage. So we've got a World Development Report that's showing up right here. And you can scroll through the highlights there. If there's something specific you want, it's always helpful to use the search engine. And I'm just going to look for World Development Report. Okay, and you see that this has pulled up a number of older things from previous years. So if you don't see what you want on the home page, it's a good idea to use the search engine. And we're going to try plugging in 2021 to see if we have a report yet for this year. Okay, and so again, this has actually pulled up the same report that we saw on the home page. The things you need may not always be highlighted on the home page, so it's useful to know how to search things. And you can see the first one here, we're getting the entire report, and we have a PDF and an EPUB that we can look at. We also have it broken down by chapters below that, so you can look at individual and separate chapters if you wanted. So this is pretty straightforward. You should be able to download and access the materials that you need here. So let's go back to our guide and let's take a look at the OECD library. That's another good resource. So we have a number of different ways we can search here. We can browse by theme, by country, or by both theme and country, and you just have to make a selection under each category. I'm going to just plug in my topic, and I'm looking at the issue of poverty, income, and equality. Send that to the search engine and see what we get for that search. So you see the first title is showing up a working paper from the OECD that's focused on Southeast Asia. The next working paper is focused on Japan, and so on. So you can be more specific if you wanted to look at income inequality in a specific country. You could plug that into the search. You'll also see on the left-hand side, we have it organized by different themes and then organized by publication year. So those are different ways that you can focus in on your search. And the little blue dot here indicates that we have access to all of the formats. If you see orange, it means you have read access, or if you see the green, it shows that you're allowed to have access in all the formats that the papers are available. So we have one there that's blue. So you can just open up these papers, take a look. And then the PDF is down here, so just ignore this buy button. You can click open the PDF and then download that. So that's how things work in the OECD library. It's pretty straightforward again. And then I want to point out also that we have, if we keep going down, we have a section about news articles, and we have the Economist Intelligence Unit, which is one of the resources your faculty wants you to know about. This will be important for your economics courses. So again, we have a menu. We can search geographies, we can search themes. There's lots of options here. We also have this little search button. I was hiding that there. So I'm just going to plug in my topic again. Poverty, income, inequality. Just make sure you spell things right. And there we go. So we have a list of resources. Now this has found a whole lot of different articles. So we might want to add some more keywords there, or you can limit again by topic or by industry down the side. You can also organize it by date, if that helps. So if you wanted to look at an article, you just open that up. And there it is. So this is the online version of the Economist magazine. So certainly this is a resource that will be helpful to you. And I definitely recommend exploring it. And hopefully you'll find something on whatever topic you choose for this assignment. I also want to point out here that we have a couple of financial newspapers highlighted on this page. We have the Financial Times and the Wall Street Journal. I'm actually going to take us over to the newspapers page and show you where you can find a few more newspapers that would be useful for you. So we're going to scroll back up. We're going to go back to our subjects guides list. And if I scroll down on the right, you'll see we have a newspapers guide. And two key databases we have that will be useful for you is the Canadian News Stream database. I'm just going to go in here. And if I wanted to search for the Globe and Mail, I can search specifically, we'll search for title, and then you see we've pulled up the first two are different editions of the Globe and Mail, and one of them goes back to 2000 and one of them goes back to 1977. So that's one of the key newspapers for Canada that you'll be wanting to take a look at. And of course, our newspapers are going to cover current events for us. So that's one newspaper search engine for the Canadian titles. The other title is going to be the US major daily newspapers. And if I just open that up and go to publications again, this time we're in a different database. So I'll type in Wall Street Journal. Okay. And you can see here, it's pulled up several different editions of the Wall Street Journal, plus a magazine from the Wall Street Journal. So we've got the newspaper from 1984 and to the present, and then from 2010 to the present. The first one is the Eastern edition of the newspaper. The second one is the online version. So just keep in mind they may have a little bit different coverage. And then of course this database has tons of big American newspapers available. So besides Wall Street Journal, you can find things like the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune, and so on. So there are many useful databases in here that might, or journals, newspapers that might be useful for you in this particular database. So I encourage you to explore some of the newspaper resources as well. And if you need any help, I'm going to just go back over real quick to our economics guide. My contact information is on the economics guide. So if you need some help, let's say you're searching and you're not finding much on your topic, that would be a good time to email me and get in touch, and we'll sort out a meeting time, and then I can work with you to see what kind of help you might need, and we'll find you some resources. The other thing that you can do is go to the Ask Us page, and of course we've got the chat box located in a bunch of places on the library homepage. So if you're having trouble, say, finding a particular title that you need or a particular book, that's a good kind of question to put into the chat box. Something that's a quicker and easier kind of question to answer. And then if your question is more complicated, you might get referred over to me for a consultation. So that's how you can find help within the library. So please do let us know if you need any help. That's why we're here, and we're happy to hear from you and to meet with you and give you any assistance that you might need. So I look forward to working with you, and good luck on your assignment.